Hey guys, welcome back. And we're back again with another interesting video for you. As you can see in the screen, we are going to make a web page image downloader using PHP. And this tool will allow us to input a web page URL and then get the list of all the images that are used in that page. And we can download any images we want. So let's get going then. Let's start with some HTML structure. I will call it a web page image downloader. I will include some of the CDN here. I will be using Bootstrap and then Font Awesome for the icons and finally jQuery for the JavaScript. Okay. So I can now create my HTML. Let's go with container. And it will have a row in justify content center. With col MD9. And inside col, I'll make a card probably. I will call it main card and give it some margin bottom up. Oh, perfect. And then I'll have card body with cladding 4. And the card body will have h2 with class probably page title, text center, and margin bottom 4. The title will say web page image downloader. Let me make use of the Font Awesome icon. So class equals FAS, FA images, margin end 2. Let's see how it looks. Okay, getting into some shape now. What next? So I'll go with class input group, margin bottom 4, input type equals URL, ID equals URL. I don't need name. Instead, I will use class from control. Let's go with placeholder. Enter web page URL. I think that should be okay. And then I need a button. Button ID equals scan, class equals btn primary, padding x 4. Yeah, so it will have a text scan, and I will also use Font Awesome icon here. FAS, FA, surge, margin end 2. Okay. Okay, this is good. What next? Maybe for container or for body, I will use padding wire 5. Okay, this is better now. So what after the button? Okay, I can do one thing. And that is I'll create a div with ID equals, let's go with notification where I can show the messages later on. This is perfect. And after the button, I'll create a div ID equals results, class equals row with greater 4. Perfect. So let me design for the result section. It will be class col MD4, and inside it I'll create a card again. I will call it image card. Go on to provide some custom CSS later on. And div inside the div, I'll make image src equals something, and class equals card image top, height 100, width 100. Perfect. And for this tip, I'll give some inline CSS with height, fixed height. Height would be 200 px, overflow hidden. Looks good. And I'll also need to add some CSS to it with object fit cover. Okay, fine. Let's try and use one image here. Let me find an image. Which one should I go for? Let's go for this one. Copy image address and paste it over here. Okay, let's see now. Maybe I can use the thumb only. Yeah, this is perfect. Okay, let's move on. So after the image, what I need a download button. So class equals text center, and then button class equals btn success, download with 100, and it will say download. Also an icon with it, FA download, margin end 2. Okay, not bad. What I will do is I will just replicate this tip per number of times. Okay, not bad. So whenever we put a web page URL and then do scan, it will get all the list of images from that URL and show it over here, and I can download any image I want. Okay, we're almost done with design. Let's add some custom CSS to make it look better. So let's start with body. Background Alice blue, minimum height 100 VH. Yeah, perfect. Let's go to input group and let's say box shadow 0, 2px, 10px, RGBA 000.1. Form control, border none, padding 15px. Okay, getting better. Form control focus, box shadow none. Okay, this is better. And then for page title, let's go for color RGBA R0 C0. For blue, let's go with 100 with opacity 0.8 probably. Okay, what next? Let's do font weight 700. And then for the button, border radius 0. Yeah, this looks better. Probably this also looks better now. Okay, and for the notification, maybe I'll need to add some text to see how it looks. Let's say found 25 images, something like this. So here it is. I need to design it again per the notification. Position fixed, bottom 20px, right 20px, z index on the higher side. Okay, let's we are almost done with the design. Now let's go on to make it dynamic. Okay, so let me create some PHP here. Okay, I'll create a couple of functions here, probably one function So I'll go with function get images for this URL. So HTML would be file get contents URL. If not HTML, return empty array. Right? Then I need to traverse to the document. DOM. So DOM document, and then DOM load HTML. The HTML is $HTML. Let's do one thing. Let's add here and then here so that it won't show any warning to me. So images would be blank first. Then for each $DOM get element by tag name image as image. So now I have the image. I can get the src attribute with img get attribute. Which attribute? The src attribute. Perfect. If strpos src http is not equals to 0. So I need to check this condition because the src attribute might have full path, or it might have the relative path. So I need to check if it's just a relative path. I need to add the full path. So the src becomes strpos src with // equals 0. If it is the case, then https, then src, or else our dream URL with slash followed by a slash itself, and then left trim src with slash. I think this should work. We'll check it later on. Then I will add this current image path to my array. Perfect. Finally, I will return array unique $images. Alright, so I have the function ready. Now let me do if it is a post request. So if it set $_post to URL, then echo session encode, you get images with this URL, and then we're done. Exit. And for the download request, if it set $_post download, then the URL would be post download. I'll send the URL in download field, and the directory where I need to save would be probably downloads. If is not directory, the downloads directory, then create that directory. mkdir, make directory, this directory. Okay, because I currently don't have any directory, so I need to make it. If it is not there, the file name would be directory / base name parse URL with PHP URL path. Then file put contents in this file, and the data is file get contents from the URL. Finally, echo session encode status is success, and file could be file name, and finally exit. So we are done with our PHP. Now I need to make request from JavaScript. So let me go through my JavaScript section. I already have included the jQuery in my web page, so I can use jQuery here. $document.ready function. So let's define a function. So notification. If I want to show notification, I'll do it using this function with message and type. By default, it could be success. There can be two types. One is success and the other would be error. So if it is success, I'll show it in a green color, while the error message will be in red color. So notification.html could be some HTML over here. I'll make use of bootstrap alerts. So class equals alert success. It means I will need to use type over here. Type alert dismissible fade show rule equals alert. And inside it, I will have the message and followed by the close button. Class equals btn close, type equals button, data bs dismiss equals alert, because I need to close this alert. Okay. And finally, what I will do, dot fade in and remove it after a certain time. So set time out dollar notification dot fade out, probably after 3 seconds, which means 3000 milliseconds. Perfect. Now let's do the scan. So scan dot click function. If the user clicks on scan button, then let's get the URL. So URL equals $URL dot val. If there is no URL, for notification, please enter valid URL, and it is a type of warning. Then, and we need to return also, so that the flow doesn't go over here. $this.html. I'll change the HTML to class equals FAS, FA spinner, FA spin, margin end 2. Perfect. And then see scanning. Let's see if it works. So whenever I click it, okay, it's not working. Why is? So notification is not defined. Let's see. So notification. Oh, maybe I don't need to use this one. Okay, fine. Okay, please enter valid URL. Even if it is not valid, it will say scanning. Perfect. Then after this thing, I will need to do a post request. So I'll do a post request to this current script with data as URL, and then finally get that response. I'll call it images. All right. So I have the images now. I need to parse it because it will be in JSON. So JSON.parse images. Then $results. Let's make the results empty. Dot empty. And if images.length equals 0, then show notification. No images found for this page. And it's also a warning? No, probably info. And then return. Perfect. If there are images, then just do a for each loop for each images. Perfect. And we'll keep on appending those things into results dot append. Okay, so what we will append is the same design that we have put over here. I can cut it and paste it over here. Nice. Now can remove all of these things from here because it will be appended by the JavaScript. So I have results as empty. Perfect. So I don't have anything here. Okay. So let's make this dynamic as well. Starting with the image source. The source would be $image. And then also for the download, what I need to do, I need to add a attribute called data URL equals $image over here. So that whenever user clicks on this button, I can get the source of the image. Perfect. Let's see. It should give me the list of images now. Let's check for this web page. Scan it. Okay, there's some PHP error over here. It's a post request. Yeah, fine. I have the URL. Perfect. Let's see why is it kept giving me error. Do I get the HTML? Yes, I get the HTML. What about the SRC? Okay, there's error over here. I need to check it. Does it get elements by tag name? Yeah. Elements by tag name. Let's check it again. Yeah, now I have the list of images. Let's refresh it and do it once again. I have the list of images, but there is some error over here. Images for each is not a function. Why is that? Oh, maybe because of this? Yeah, because the indexes are not uniform. Let me do array values, or not over here, maybe here, array values. Because array unique will preserve the keys, but I don't want the keys to be preserved. Let's go with it again. See, now I have the list of images in that web page. Perfect. Great. Now let's move on to the next part. So I have the list of images. Now what I need to do, I just need to make sure that the download button works perfectly. But before that, let me do one thing. I'll show a notification after all images are shown, found 10 images, something like this. So the 10 would be dynamic. Let's go with this literal so that I can make use of this thing. And it will be images.length. Perfect. So is this the for the post? Yeah, it is. So if it is post, then what I can do, if fail, if the request fails, then I can show notification again. It's easy. Failed to scan the web page, and it will be error, which is danger. Similarly, after everything is done, it's always do what? $scan .html would be, it should be reverted back to its original state, class FAS, FA, search, margin end 2, and then scan. So it worked fine. Let's see again. Let me copy it and do it again. Oh, there is some error now. In this slide, scan this slide. This is fine. HTML closes here. I think it should be fine. And this one closes here. This is perfect. So why is it saying missing bracket close? Oh, over here? Yeah. See? Found 54 images. We have all the list of images and it's again a scan. Scanning, scan. Perfect. Okay, now let's move on to the download section. $document.on click download function. So I want to inform you one thing. For the scan click event, I directly use $scan.click, but for the download, I'm not using $download.click. You know why? Because this download button, this element is added after the page has been loaded, and it has been added using JavaScript. So for the elements that have been added to the DOM after the page was loaded using JavaScript, this thing will not work. We need to bind it to the document so that it works. So you need to keep this in mind. Now let button equals this, because I will need it later on. Button.property disabled equals true. Now I need to make it disables. And then probably change the HTML as well. .html. I can change it to I class equals FAS, FA spinner, FA spin, margin end 2. And say downloading. Now this is fine. Now I need to make the post request to download. $post in the same script with data as download and the URL. URL is button dot the attribute to data URL. Perfect. And then followed by the function with response. Think I should be okay here. Then button dot remove class btn success. I don't want btn success. And add class btn secondary after it has been downloaded. Then change the HTML as well with new icon, which could be FAS, FA, check, and E2. And say download it. Finally, I can show a notification which will say image downloaded. And this is a success. Or I don't need to send the success because by default, it will give it a type of success. Okay, so we have downloaded the image. What next? So if this request fails, what we can do? What can we do? If this request fails, then btn dot property disabled will be false. And we can change the HTML as, let me copy this thing. I can change the HTML to not checked, but again make it download and say retry. And finally, I can show the notification with proper message. Image download failed, and it is a danger. All right. I think we should be good to go now. Let's see. Let me copy it, paste it over here, scan. So I have error again. Let's see. This is good. This is good. This is good. It closes here. It is closed here. So it should be fine. Let's see the console. So the error is here in this line. It means I'm missing something. Okay. Maybe I'm missing this. Still scanning. I have got the list. Let's see again. This is the URL. I'm scanning it. I had the list of images here. Let me download one. It says downloaded. Now I can go and check in the downloads folder. You see, this folder was not there previously. Now it's there, and I have the image as well. Let's try with another image. Suppose if I want to download, okay, this image. Okay, this image. Let's download this JWT using PHP. Download it. It's called, it said downloaded, and here is your image. Perfect. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I provided a link in the video description where you can find the source code to this video. Please subscribe us for more interesting and useful videos like this. And don't forget to give your feedback in the comment section below. And also, if you want me to make videos on any specific topic or any specific issues that you have been facing, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll be happy to help you guys out. This much for today. See you guys. Cheers.